Good afternoon, everyone. This is Rob from Next Truck Sales, and I want to take this opportunity and introduce you to our 2016 Pete 579. Before we get started, this is one of our most recent videos from our new location in Cambridge. We're no longer in Breslau. We have a larger location. You can see we've got some temporary signage up there over the door, and we've got all of our equipment parked. Can't really see it, but hiding in behind that office trailer there. So we'll go through this truck here. I'll show you the features. I'll show you the imperfections. It does have 950,000 miles on it. It is available for sale. It runs great. It's a fleet maintained truck. It'll be ready to go to work if we do make a deal on it. So let's go through it and I'll explain what we got. It's got a Paccar engine, runs excellent, no blow by, no major leaks. I do see we have a broken fog light here. We'll replace that. It's got a lot of new parts, fleet maintained truck, 13-speed transmission, and it's at a good price point. Now these Paccar engines, speaking with Paccar engineers, and I was at Paccar at a Paccar conference back in 2019, these engines are rated for about 1.2 million miles on average. They actually did a non-destructive testing on these. They took the engines apart at 1 million miles to see what was going on, and they said they looked like new on the inside. In fact, their studies say that when these trucks hit about 1 million miles, 90% of them are still running. So gives you a good idea of the longevity of that engine. They're quiet, they're good on fuel, and they don't blow up. They don't leak too much oil either, unlike Cummins, which love to leak oil and they do blow up. So let's have a look here. The one thing about the Paccar engine, all things on the table, check engine lights, you're going to be going to the dealer more than likely, because they do get a little complicated. Not everybody wants to work on a Paccar, excuse me, but if you've got a good Paccar mechanic, this is a good truck to get. Have a look here. You've got Yokohama Virgin drives. They are going to be 70%, something like that, maybe 80%. You've got the Peterbilt spoke aluminum wheels. These are made in Thailand, so offshore. I don't know if we call them Chinese, but they're offshore. But if Yokohama thinks they're good enough to put their name on them, they're probably well-built tire. We've got the Pete low leaf air suspension, 4-bag, 4-pivot. Got all-wheel disc brakes. Now we do have some frame corrosion, and the Peterbilts are generally better than most trucks. They actually put a coating on their frames at the factory, so you'll see there's very little corrosion on this frame. Now the bracket for the fifth wheel obviously has some corrosion, and we do often go out, sandblast and paint the frame, but at a truck at this price point, it doesn't necessarily translate to a truck that's worth that much more, so we don't really get into that unless it's by customer request. So have a look at the differential here. Mostly all surface rust. We've seen thousands of differentials like this. If we sandblasted it, it would look like new, but we're not going to, and there's tons of life left in this. It's not like it's going to rot out and fall apart. So give you a good wide angle perspective. It's got the 80-inch mid-rise sleeper. They went to the Ultra Loft in 2019, so that little spacer up there is nothing. Excuse me. We got 8 matched Yokohamas. You've got a Holland 3500 fifth wheel, got lots of life left in it. You can see from that jam nut on there. Fuel tanks here, they are 110 on this side. We'll crawl up on the back, just get a good look at the back wall of the cab, all in overall really good condition. And this other tank here, from what I can see, is 125. So we got a 125 there, and we got a 110 on this side. Let me step down without killing myself. Okay, so we've got some striping on it. That's obviously a decal. And we have the CVOR stickers would go on here. It looks like it was painted, and then somebody took it off with a razor blade and took the paint, so probably just want to scrape off the rest of the paint on that so it's consistently stainless steel. Let's have a look under the hood here. Spring front suspension. You can see the air is cold. I can see I had it running. You can see the water dripping off of the suction line. Spring front suspension, disc brakes on the front. You can see here the engine is dry as a bone. I'll get it running in a minute, take the oil filler cap off, show you there's no blow-by. The engine's pretty warm, so if there was blow-by, you would definitely see it when we get it good and hot. We got a really good Falcon on this side, probably 80%, and it's mismatched. I saw the tire on the other side was different. Give me 1 second here. Yeah, so super dry. Very common on Paccars not to leak. You can see the moisture on that suction line again. The tire on the other side is a Firestone, and it's probably 30%. So let's go inside here and have a quick boo. So you've got the, I believe this is the premium interior. We got lots of stickers that says it's compliant. So it's compliant with California emissions, US EPA emissions, Canadian Motor Vehicle Safety Standards, and US DOT. So this truck can be driven both sides of the border without any issue. Now, if you happen to be watching this video and you're in the US, we do offer delivery to our yard in Buffalo. And if you happen to be watching this video and you're in Canada, you can take delivery from our yard in Cambridge, Ontario. So we got power locks, mirrors, and windows. We've got somebody with a greasy arm for the last 6 years rubbed a hole through. So that is no longer new. Probably needs, if you're gonna put that on, maybe put some gray tape instead of black tape. Like, come on. So here we have a skeleton steering wheel. You can see that, Mr. Skeleton. He looks pretty happy. Skeleton shifter, at least it's matching. And we got some chrome switch covers. So we've got 3-way locking diffs. So this will lock side to side. This will lock front to back. You have a PTO. This truck did not have a PTO. The pointing at that PTO switches allows you to bypass the idle shutdown. So when you put it on PTO and on cruise, it won't shut you down. So let's get this started up. Okay. So cruise control is here. Bring it up a little bit. Okay, your Jake is there. 4 ways, engine fan, climate control. I'll turn it on. It was getting too cold on me. I'll turn it on and turn it up. So 948,000 miles. So you see here, half tank of fuel. Temperature is about 125. The emissions are connected and working. The lights, everything will be working. It's ready to go to work. So when we go here and we have a look, we'll have, everything will be in working condition. Mirrors, windows, etc. I'll give you a look at the floor. So we've got rubber on the front, which is good. Bring in your muddy boots, you can wipe it down. And then in the back, we've got, let's have a look here. So I believe this was reupholstered because it's a piece of foam now. And from what I remember, it was somebody had burned it with an iron, and we had the upholstery shop put it, although I might be getting my trucks mixed up. So let's turn on some lights. Single bed. So you've got secure storage inside of here. You've got your bunk heater and inverter. Okay, you've got secure storage up here with your inverters connected to that receptacle, so you can put a microwave or some sort of an electrical appliance. More secure storage up here, but no bed. You've got your flat screen television mount, and I saw this on the sides, those screws to hold them on are right here. So those go on the side of your flat screen TV mount. I was wondering what they were for. Single bed, brand new mattress. Let's pop it up. Have a look underneath here. So we've got factory subwoofer, your S-Bar air top bunk heaters right there. You get your factory heating and air conditioning here. You got your tow hooks. This is one thing I don't like about the Paccars. They don't really have a nice place to put those tow hooks. They tend to slide around a lot when you drive it like that, so they'll need to be secured. Refrigerator. Okay, looks like it's missing part of the rack. More secure storage here, and clothes hanger with a mirror, and I don't know if that's dirt or what that is. Yeah, it's dirt. It's got to be wiped. We'll get that cleaned up. That looks like chalk or something in there. Just this wasn't cleaned correctly. Here's a good overall perspective, leather seating. This seat looks like brand new. This one here looks like it's the original seat because it's got some wear on the outside, which is pretty normal. Let's get underneath the hood and have a listen to this thing running. I'm sure that's probably the most important part of this video. So here we are, Paccar with 948,000 miles. Let's see how she runs. I'm actually going to turn the idle down so you can hear it idle. So very quiet, no abnormal noises, knocking or anything going on like that. I'm going to take the oil filler cap off. We'll see what kind of blow-by is coming out of there. I'll say basically nothing. Couldn't see it or feel any sort of pressure whatsoever. Let's go over on the other side and have a listen. I'm going to close her up. I think I got to push the I'm going to shut it down and then I'll close her up. I think it has the lock for the rod. No, this one doesn't. Oh, a couple other things here you probably want to see. This chrome is peeling. Don't cut yourself on that. This one's peeled off completely, and there's a little bit of a scuff here. Looks like a minor scuff. And that got kind of munched, and it's been kind of repaired, and it's been kind of siliconed back together. Obviously it'll be working, but not new anymore. So there you have it, 2016 Pete, 579, Paccar MX 13 with 13 speed, 948,000 miles. Good tires, and ready to go to work. So if you're interested in this truck or any other truck that we have for sale, feel free to give us a call. Our number is 844-489-8789, and the next video I'm hoping I'll have our telephone number up on that sign, and we'll be able to zoom in on that like I did on some of the older videos, and we'll be up and running with new signs and all kinds of other wonderful things here once we get settled in soon. In the meantime, 844-489-8789, and give me a call if you're interested in this truck. Thanks, and talk to you soon. Bye for now.